everyone. Happy Monday. Introducing Ken, the service manager and lean technician here at RMD. Today, Ken will be demonstrating the assembly and startup process of the Taylor 152 soft serve freezer. All questions are welcome. Ken, take it away.
Good morning. Again, we're going to review the 152 operations. Here's the layout of all the parts of the 152 unit. Go through the brush cleaning procedures with this. First, you have the large blue brush. This will work for sanitizing the machine and also scrubbing and cleaning all the parts of the machine. Small doubled in brush will be for any of the small areas of the machine that you need to get clean. Using this in the sink and also in the machine itself up here at the top. Blue brush for cleaning the draw spout in the sink as you're cleaning the parts. So, parts with the assembly of the unit. First thing we're going to start off is with the beater assembly. We have the beater assembly seal. This does need to be removed when cleaning so we can get the groove inside there clean from any bacteria of the product. We're going to use our Taylor lube to start off to lubricate the parts. Put a small portion of lubricant on the shaft itself and down into the groove. After we lube the shaft, we're going to take the seal. You notice the seal has a beveled edge to it and an opening to the back. The opening to the back will go towards the beater itself in the front. So we're going to slide this on. Pop it up over the groove. And it pretty much self-aligns itself in the proper operation. Take any excess lube and put it around the shaft itself. Then we're going to take the beater assembly and put it down inside the cylinder. Lock it into place. The next item will be the freezer door itself, the assembly of the door. We have the draw valve, the sleeve bearing, the bearing guide, and the door gasket. So first thing we're going to do is take the draw valve itself, take the two O-rings and put them on. Then we're going to lubricate the draw valve around the O-rings. And then we're going to install the draw valve. Now the opening of the draw valve right here is actually where the handle itself will go inside the draw valve. So when we install the draw valve, we want that opening to be placed at this opening. Just like so. Then we install the door gasket on the back of the door here. We're going to lubricate the door gasket with the thin film of lube around the gasket itself. That lubricant is just going to help the door gasket seat inside the barrel versus actually helping it create the seal. After installing the door gasket, we're going to take the sleeve bearing. This bearing will go on one direction and you're just going to have to walk it around the disc on the end of the beater. Going to twist it and walk it on there. The bearing will go up. The flange of the bearing here will match the back of the door itself. And we're going to take the bearing guide, and this is going to go on the back of the trombone of the door, and that actually will line up with the inside of the beater assembly down inside this little hole here. So actually when it's installed in the machine, you'll see that's parts going in the back of the beater. Put the beater back in. Take the sleeve bearing here and install it on the back of the door. We have our two hand screws. In this particular door, the hand screws have to be installed first before you put the door up to the machine itself. Sometimes you may have to slide that draw valve down a little bit below the spout of the door to be able to get it underneath the lift assembly up here. And then once you get the door into place, just lock the hand screws down. And tight. Now we're going to take the keeper pin for the draw handle and the draw handle itself. And we're going to match up again inside the little opening of the draw valve. Take the keeper pin, slide it across, and now we have the door and the draw valve assembly opened and assembled. Then we'll take the design cap and that will snap onto the bottom of the door spout. All the design cap does is just gives you the star design of your product.
Hey Ken, Stan said you rock.
Next thing we'll do is we're going to use our sanitizer. This is your dairy sanitizer. Dairy products have what they call milkstone in it, and you want to use a sanitizer and a cleaner. The cleaner will actually cleans the milkstone out of the pores of the metal. Regular sink sanitizer does not have that cleaning agent in it. It will do the sanitize, but it will not clean the milkstone off of the metal itself. Another item I wanted to show is a tune-up kit. So this consists of all the O-rings in the machine that need to be replaced every 3 months of operation. Your O-rings will wear out and you will start to have leakage problem with your machine. So in order to prevent that, change out of your O-rings every 3 months will resolve in that problem. After we're done with the assembly of the unit, then we're going to take our sanitizer, and we have a bucket of lukewarm water mixed in with a cap full of the sanitizer, and that would actually just get poured up here into the top of the machine. After you pour it up into the top of the machine, we're going to go to the wash mode of the machine. And when we energize the wash mode, all that's going to do is turn the auger or the beater assembly inside there, moving that sanitizer around, getting everything well sanitized in the machine. You're also going to take your blue brush with the sanitized water up in the top and scrub the hopper walls up in the top of the machine here and get that sanitizer well around the walls to sanitize any part of the machine up top. So we had activated into the wash mode. We're going to let it run for about 3 to 5 minutes. And at that point, you would have your bucket, pull the handle down, and drain out all your sanitized water. Once you get a trickle of water coming out of this machine, then you can go ahead and close the draw handle and cancel the wash mode. And we'd be ready for priming the product. So what we would do is you're going to take your product, and we don't want to rinse the machine out with sanitizer with this clean water to get that extra sanitized water out. We're going to use your product to chase that water out. So what we would do is you'd have all your modes of operation off in the machine. You're going to pull the handle down here, and you would pour your product up into the top of the machine. You'll see a water, a milky water, and a full strength of mix coming out the bottom of the door spout here. You'll also see 2 streams of product that will come out. Once those 2 streams stream into 1 stream, then we've got a good prime and close the door off. You want to let the product continue to fill the hopper, so you would see bubbling in your product up in the top up here. Once all that bubbling has stopped, then we fill the barrel to the proper level. You would take your mix feed tube, install that into the hopper. Once that all is into place, then you would go to the auto mode. And we'd activate the blue light here and go into an auto mode. These two lights right here are for your mix low indicator and a mix out indicator. So once the machine has registered it, gone into a mix out condition, we were no longer able to operate the machine in the auto mode. So the machine would go from the blue light on the snowflake straight over to a standby mode of operation right here. This will also light up in the blue mode. To get it out of the standby mode and go back into auto, you would have to re-satisfy your mix out condition, fill the barrel or the hopper up with mix to at least satisfy this or both of the lights, and then you can reactivate your automotive operation. And just look at your keypad functions right here. So this little snowflake inside of a tank is your hopper up in here. That means that you have product in here. So when we activate this on, we're going to activate the hopper refrigeration system. So that cools and keeps the product satisfied at a refrigerator temperature up in the hopper. Your standby mode, that is for your long no-sell periods overnight. So when you have your machine in your product left in your machine overnight, we're going to activate the standby mode, and you would also invert the mixed feed tube up in the top for your night mode of operation. The spigot is for our wash mode, so when we're sanitizing the machine or draining or cleaning the machine, we want to have that spigot on. That's going to keep the auger agitated in the barrel and dispense that product. And your last mode of operation is the snowflake. That is the auto mode of operation. So when you want it to be able to serve product during the day, we need to have it in the auto mode. When you activate the auto mode, this will come on, as well as your mix hopper refrigeration will automatically come on. So the machine knows that it has product in both the hopper and the barrel, and will keep everything refrigerated or frozen in the barrel as your auto mode operation is. Any questions?
Just let everyone come on for a couple more minutes. Anybody have any questions?
One other thing, on the side of the machine, right here, we have a reset. Pretty much all Taylor units have a reset button on them. So what that does is it protects the motor that's churning all the frozen product inside the barrel of the machine. And if we should get this too cold in here for whatever reasons, the machine will protect itself and trip out on the reset button. So when it goes out on reset and you activate any of the modes of operations, you will have no operations going on in the machine. So we would kick on the wash mode, we wouldn't hear anything come on. At that point, you would cancel the wash mode, come over here, press in on the reset button, just give a sturdy, hard, firm push, release it, then always go back up into the wash mode to see if we can get operations again. You always want to find out why it went out on reset. Standard problem is low product, or the mixed feed tube did not get inverted correctly from standby to auto, and that would give a starved barrel condition and cause it to freeze up. So if that would be the case, we'd pull out our tube, check and make sure we didn't have a starved barrel. If everything's working well in the wash mode, always try to dispense some product to see if you got a flow of product coming out. If everything works well at that point, then go ahead and take it back off the wash mode and reactivate your auto mode.
Great. Thank you, Ken. We'll leave it here. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments. We do appreciate your time and hope to see you soon again.